All right, so again, we're going to have this grappler. We're going to kneel on a mat. And so when you kneel down, you want your hips to kind of be 90-90. And what we're going to do is we're going to take the front leg, we're going to slide it out in front. And we're going to slide back, and then we're going to push forward. And what we're also going to do is we're going to take that grappler and we're going to place it up overhead. So we're going to press the grappler up overhead, and we're going to be pushing back and forth through our leg, that front leg. We're extending the leg straight, we push our body back, and then we lean forward, bending the knee, and then press back. And you're checking, can your knee handle that pressure as you go forward? Is that too much pressure? Like my floor is really hard and my mat is not that thick. And we're just going back and forth as you continue to press the grappler high up overhead. Press it through that front leg. Let it bend. We're going to do about 5 passes, so last time through. And you can kind of take that foot up off the ground. Now we're going to switch which leg is out in front. Press that grappler up overhead. Press that leg back into a straightened position. Then bend the knee, rocking forward, moving through the hips. Push that body back as you extend your leg. Rock forward, and you're trying to keep that grappler up overhead the entire time. Just nice, smooth movements. This knee is a little bit happier with the amount of pressure. And so I weigh the same, so inevitably the same amount of pressure should be going in to each knee. We're going to come out of that. We're going to move into a seated position. We're going to hug the grappler in close to the body. So I'll sit sideways for this. And so what we're going to do, we're going to hug that in. We're going to sit up nice and tall. We're going to turn sideways. And once you're turned, we're going to lean away from the legs. Keep that same rotation, and we're going to lean back across. So I'm holding this rotation. The grappler's at my chest. We're side bending. And then we're going to come back up. We're going to turn the opposite direction. We're going to lean away and then back across. And you're trying to keep the grappler at your chest. So your chest is what is moving as you side bend through your spine. So we're going to go back to that first direction once again. So this grappler stays at the chest. We turn, we lean away from the legs, lean back across, and you're trying to keep the grappler at your chest and move your chest through your spine. Then we're going to turn, lean away, and you're trying to keep your legs and feet in contact on the ground, even as you side bend and move through the spine. Okay, we're going to come out of that. Now we're going to do a couple that are face down, and this grappler is going to be behind your back. All right, so I like to go face down, lay it across my back. You're going to squeeze the handles with your fingers extended, and you're going to lift the grappler high as you squeeze the handles. Your elbows are extended, keeping your forehead in contact with the floor, and then relax. Then you're going to do that again. Squeeze the handles, lift the arms, lift the grappler, keep your head down. Hold it, squeeze the handles, and relax. We're going to do one more. Lift and squeeze. Fingers can remain extended. Lift the grappler high, keep your elbows extended. And relax. All right, now we're going to grab the outside and we're going to squeeze your shoulders together, squeeze the handles, and you're going to bend one leg at a time, getting a nice quad stretch. So as you squeeze the upper body, you're bending the knees, trying to go for maximum knee flexion. You're keeping your thighs in contact with the floor. And you're squeezing, opening up your chest. The grappler is resting on your lower back, hips. And relax, shake it out. All right, we're gonna bring the grappler back to lying on your back. You're gonna have your legs out straight. You want your toes and knees pointing relatively directly up. They like to rotate out. So we wanna make sure that they're relatively neutral, pointing more directly up to the ceiling. We're gonna bring one leg up. You're pressing the grappler to the thigh. Thigh is meeting the grappler as you press the grappler down. That thigh is in place. Now we're gonna do an internal rotation, which is taking the foot out to the side. And we're just doing the foot in and out. That lower leg and foot rotates in and out as that thigh stays in the same place, touching the grappler. Going to the inside part of the thigh as the foot goes across the body, and then go to the outside, putting pressure on the outside part of the thigh as the foot goes away from the leg that's out straight. So the foot is rotating and leg is rotating in and out. And you're just finding what is the maximum amount of rotation that your hip can go into before it gets tight inside of that hip joint. Okay, we'll switch sides. Bring the other thigh up to meet the grappler, grappler out to the thigh. Push that foot and lower leg to the outside, then bring it across the lower leg across the other leg out straight, then back and forth, out, back across to the end with that foot and lower leg. So as the foot and lower leg are going to the outside, that's hip internal. And then as this foot and lower leg go across the body, that is hip external. And so we're just going from the outside, internal rotation, to the inside, external rotation. So internal rotation to external rotation. And you're just feeling, how does that feel through the hips? Okay, shake it out. All right, we're gonna return back to a kneeling position. And we're gonna do a quick little scan, just see how do you feel. Did your heart rate get elevated? Did your body temperature increase at all? Any sensation changes? So now we're gonna go back to this kneeling position. We're gonna bring one foot in front of the other, and you're at this 90-90. And again, you're checking how much does your knee feel okay with that pressure there. We're gonna slide that foot out slightly. We're gonna push the grappler up overhead, and you're pressing through that front leg, leaning back, and then going forward. We'll do that about 5 times. So try to extend the leg. Is it okay going up onto that knee? Is one side tighter? Can you go backwards? Trying to push that grappler up overhead. And we'll switch sides. Back and forth, going from that leg extended to then pressing back forward, back. Is one side easier to extend through that front leg? Keep pressing that grappler up overhead. Okay, we're gonna bring that back down. Do it about 5 times each. We're gonna move back into the seated position. You can even hug the grappler with your arms crossed, keeping it at your chest. We're gonna turn, so I'm turning to my right. I'm gonna lean to my right, keeping that turn to the right. I'm not gonna lean to my left. Keep that turn, lean back to the right, and lean back to the left. Trying to keep the shoulders down, moving through your chest where that grappler is making contact with the chest. We're gonna turn the other way. Your feet are trying to stay in contact with the floor. We're gonna lean away, so I'm turning to my left, I'm leaning to my left. Keep turning to my left, I'm gonna lean to my right. Back up over the top to that left side, trying to keep the legs in contact. This is a good spinal movement. Move through the chest, through the spine, come out of that rotation. We're gonna move down to our face down. And so here what you're gonna do, we're gonna go face down. You're gonna grab the grappler with your arms extended, forehead down. We're gonna lift the grappler, squeeze the hands, elbows extended, and relax. And again, lift the grappler high, squeeze the handles towards each other with your fingers extended, elbows extended, and relax. We'll do that once again, lift high, and relax. All right, we're gonna stay in that position relatively. We're gonna go with more of the grappler bent, so your elbows are bent a little bit more. You can go with the far outside, even part of the bar. We're gonna keep your forehead down, squeeze the grappler as you bend one knee at a time, keeping the quad in contact. Try not to let that quad lift up, and you're trying to go for maximum knee flexion, one leg at a time. As you squeeze, opening up the front part of your chest, your elbows go back. The elbows are going up towards the ceiling, and then relax. Continue to do that little knee flexion, the quad stretch. Do you feel it get tight into your low back? We are purposely putting tension into your posterior chain, and then relax. All right, next we're going to do the hip 90 with the rotation. This is where you're bringing the grapplers down, pressing down towards your thighs. Bring your thigh up, and we're taking that foot across and lower leg and foot out, doing this little rotation. So again, the foot and lower leg are just going back to the outside, which is hip internal. When that foot and lower leg go across the opposite leg out straight, that's external. And you're just going back and forth. Nice little mobility and motion through that hip. Okay, we're going to go to the other side. Bring the knee up. Bring the grappler to the thigh. We're starting with the external, taking the foot and lower leg across. And then take that foot and lower leg to the outside, which is hip internal. And we're just back and forth. And so most of the effort is going into the rotation. You're just keeping your thigh in contact with the grappler. You're not trying to pull through the grappler. But push it towards the thigh so the thigh can make that even contact as you put that effort into the motion of the internal and external. And relax.